Okay then. Good morning, guys. Today is Monday the 30th of March and it's lockdown day 6. Literally it's going to be 1 week tomorrow, which is interesting. This weekend has been good. There's been a couple of new announcements which I'll go over in the news part of this vlog. But yeah, back to vlogging for the weekdays. So I hope you guys enjoy and stay tuned. Bye. Salad with some potatoes on the side and mayo. News time. Okay, so I'm going to give a news update from the weekend because I didn't do any news on the weekend. I'm also going to talk a little bit about other countries because what happens in other countries will affect the UK in some way or other. So I thought it would be good for me to also incorporate that into the first half of the news updates.
So in regards to the rest of the world, what's been happening?
Italy had a really bad day on Friday. There was 919 people that passed away on Friday. That's literally been the highest death toll that they've had so far. So devastating news for Italy. It also makes you think about what is going to happen in the UK, of course, because we're all in, all suffering from the same virus that's kind of ruining everything at the moment. The NHS director said over the weekend that now is not the time to be complacent. He said that if the UK was to have 20,000 people die from coronavirus, that would be good. At the moment we're on 1,000, so it just makes you think that, okay, this is wild. Really, really sad at the moment. It's really all I can say in regards to that. But yeah, the numbers will increase and we're seeing them increase already. At the moment we're on a death toll of 1,408 in the UK, which has obviously increased since Friday's update. In regards to other countries and what's been going on as well, it makes you think about how much other cultures will really struggle with the grieving process. So in Ireland, there's been 14 deaths reported, but they've also increased the police presence, and police are doing checkpoints on the road and on, if you're walking around, which is really good. Generally, I don't think we're going to be traveling anytime soon. Even after the coronavirus epidemic is over, I don't think we're going to be traveling. In Singapore's reported that one person had their passport revoked simply because they weren't following any of the measures for the lockdown process. So they had their passport revoked. In China has actually said that domestic cases have logistically stopped. However, they have had 45 new cases, but they basically said that those 44 cases are from overseas arrivals, which shows you that after this lockdown period happens, there's going to be a period of self-isolation, but then even after, it's like, I don't feel like travelling was going to be a thing as it was before in terms of us being an interconnected world and travelling often and whatnot, simply because countries are not going to want to open their borders just yet until everything has completely cleared. Because obviously China's saying that they don't have any cases, but 44 people have come in from overseas and brought coronavirus, which is obviously not good for them. So, yeah, it just makes you think about how things are going to change after this whole coronavirus epidemic is over. In South Korea, actually, at the moment, they have a 2-week quarantine period. So if you travel, let's say, from the United Kingdom, Italy, America, Venezuela to South Korea, you have to be in 2-week quarantine before you are kind of let to go and roam around South Korea. So they're taking their measures super strict, which is obviously good. If China had done that, you're kind of thinking, had China done that, they wouldn't have the 44 cases from overseas arrivals. So South Korea are taking a great measure, I think, in doing so, in doing the quarantines. So I read on the news sometime last week that India introduced a lockdown period last Tuesday of 21 days. It was completely sudden. No one was prepared for it. And those cases reported that people were they were leaving the city to go back to their villages to be in lockdown. And because there was no transport, people were walking home. And a few people actually died from the heat and exhaustion of walking home. And it just makes you think that so many poor countries, and for me straight away, I think Africa, are just not prepared for this whole coronavirus hitting their countries. They don't have good infrastructure services, they don't have good communication services, they don't have good social systems in place to actually deal with something such a big epidemic. The Prime Minister Modi, he apologised for announcing the lockdown so suddenly, but he said he doesn't regret it. But he apologises because it was a very sudden thing and people just could not prepare. Whereby in the UK, even though when we announced our lockdown on Tuesday, there was some kind of like, even with people like panic buying, people kind of had an image of, people foresaw that a lockdown would be happening because people were talking about it, so they were more prepared. Whereas India, that doesn't seem like it was the case at all. But yeah, it makes you nervous about other third world countries. South Africa have said they're going to approach the IMF and the World Bank for some support. And the Ghanaian Finance Minister, Fori Atta, actually said that Africa reached a break the glass moment, whereby they had to break the glass and ask for that help because they simply needed it because we don't have the infrastructure in our countries. It makes me think of Congo. If there was to be a lockdown, how would it work? So many people work in markets, that's literally their livelihood. If you're not going to work in those markets, how are you getting money? Is the government supplying you money? I don't know about that. People don't have fridges to store food in. People don't have frozen freezers to store food in. A lot of people in Congo, like that live in the cities, buy food on a day-by-day basis, for instance. So how is that gonna work in a lockdown? I just don't get it. It's obviously, yes, you can ask for money from the World Bank and the IMF, but like logistically, how are you gonna put into place processes for people to live, to survive, to eat? Yeah, it's just wild. There's a lot going on. But in regards to the UK news over the weekend, the biggest news I think came from the government epidemiology officer. He basically warned on a Sunday Times review that the UK is highly likely to be on lockdown until June. And then yesterday on the Andrew Marr show, Michael Gove went on there and was like how the lockdown period will be for a significant period. Obviously, at the moment, we're on lockdown for 3 weeks, but that's definitely going to be extended. But it makes you think, what's going to happen after the 3 weeks? How long are we going to be on lockdown for? And after lockdown, I'm sure there's going to be a self-isolation period, a social distancing period after anyways. So it just calls into question so many things in terms of like how we're going to live our day-to-day lives, how businesses are going to adapt, how much stress we're going to have in the home, how our mental health is going to be impacted off this. It calls into question a lot of things. But most nerve-wracking of all was when the NHS director said that now's not the time to be complacent and said that if we were to have 20,000 deaths in the UK from coronavirus, that would be good. At the moment, we're on 1,000. So, yeah, you guys can do the maths, but it's going to impact a lot of people, a lot of lives. Today's press conference was held by the Foreign Secretary. It was about 40 minutes. The main news from there was that the UK are trying to bring home all British nationals that are worldwide, trying to bring them back to the UK. They've partnered up with multiple airlines, including BA, Virgin, EasyJet, to bring people back to the UK from wherever they are so that they can face lockdown periods in the UK with their families or in their homes. They also announced that there'll be special charter flights for those airlines who can't get to certain locations, and those special charter flights will try to bring people back to the UK. The Foreign Secretary did mention actually that there will be financial help in place to help people come back to the UK. So, but he didn't go into the nuts and bolts of what that financial help would be. But I guess that's to be seen. And finally, in regards to numbers, it was said today just that numbers at the moment are not obviously as accurate as can be, simply because, for instance, some people are dying of coronaviruses in their homes, but they haven't necessarily been added to that 1,408 death toll. So they're trying to bring those numbers to be uniform as possible. But I think when it comes to data and mass data, that it's very hard to get the numbers accurate, but they are working on that currently. But I guess it's good to know that they know that the numbers are not accurate. So we'll see what happens in the future and how they're going to try to standardize their approach in collecting data and making sure that they have data from multiple bodies. But that's all the news I have for today. Yeah, it was a bit depressing. But actually, good news I didn't mention. Burberry have a factory in Yorkshire, and their factory in Yorkshire will be making non-surgical gowns and masks for NHS patients. So that is some good news for today. But yeah, let's just keep tracking it, see how it goes. Let's just try to stay healthy and sane in our homes, and yeah, just see what happens really. Right now it's just it's a playing it by ear kind of game. Hey guys, so we're on our way to ASDA to get some bits.
Don't hit the car.
Joyce, what are you making today?
Saltfish fritters and gnocchi with mushroom sauce and like chicken.
Are you making a chicken or beef?
Oh yeah, no, I don't know, but the beef is out, but I might not use the beef. It depends on how I feel.
Okay, cool. It's quiet out actually. Not many people around. I hope as it's still open because a lot of places have actually changed their shopping
hours.
times. Yeah.
Because it's 24 hours, I reckon by probably 7 I'll be closed, which is 45 minutes.
Okay, cool.
McDonald's. I mean,
What McDonald's?
we're on our way to ASDA, but we could have actually had McDonald's because this ASDA has a drive-through. And trust me, guys, if I'm going past McDonald's, I need to have something, even if it's like a McFlurry or something.
Something light.
Something light, but it's quite sad because I would love for a little apple pie right now. But we're gonna have biscuits anyway. I mean,
Cookies.
Yeah, cookies.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, so basically, I've been looking at the wrong place this whole time. I've been looking at the screen here and not the camera. But I'm guessing that looking at the camera will probably look better in the vlog.
Yeah.
So, here's
I'm looking at the road.
Yeah, he's looking at the
I'm
road.
driving.
She's driving. And yeah, it's quite hard because you want to look at yourself in a way, but I feel like deep. Like, I'm gonna look at the camera, you know? I actually have nothing to say.
When you have nothing to say,
The weather
so you
is
talk
quite
about the weather.
okay today.
Very
not bad.
British.
It's kind of cold today, you know. We're gonna go for a walk in Gunnery Park.
It's not so cold today because yesterday was actually so windy, so it was really, really
Did you
cold.
see the rain?
Today,
Did you see the rain today?
no.
It rained.
At this
Yeah,
point,
I've
Joyce is
been-
ignoring
I've been,
me
like-
and just talking to herself in the camera.
We've just arrived in the parking of ASDA.
And guys, please, when you're parking, you have to reverse into the space. You don't park with your boot out. Well, if you're shopping, it makes sense, but any other time is just so inappropriate.
So we're gonna get some scales. If I see a nice plate, I might get it. You know, guys, I'm obsessed. Every time I see a plate in these shops, I always get it because obviously I need it for my my videos, my cooking stuff.
Apparently, everyone has started baking, which is jarring. Trying to find a spatula. And yeah, not looking great. Not looking great at all. What's this?
A juice? Is there more juice?
It's not necessary, but in there.
Not necessary, but we're already in the shop.
Let's put it back here. What juice?
Let's get any. Really stupid that we didn't get nothing.
What juice should we get?
Get any drink in. Now it's dark,
We've got everything we needed, apart from spring onions.
which is annoying because I'm
She
gonna
tried to go to
corner shop.
corner shop, yeah.
Yeah, we will try. Okay. We came in here. I personally got carried away. I'm not gonna lie. We only came for spring onion. I ended up getting all these other
We're leaving with
Chinese.
we're doing all that when we get home.
A food hall.
Yeah.
And Sainsbury's. As you can see, people are really complying by this 2 meters social distancing. I like to hope so anyway. We've become a little drunky every day. All she knows is yeah. Can you guys see this? The new separation they have between for customers, which is really good to protect them. Lovely guy at Sainsbury's is going to be subscribing to our channel.
Oh yeah, cheese. Okay. Grease-proof baking paper for our cookies. Parsley.
Parsley,
Tomatoes.
tomatoes. Okay, fine. I want to stop.
Too far. Onion granules. You can only get these in Asda. You can't get them on Morrison's, so yeah.
No, you can get in other places. It's not Morrison.
Okay, stop talking about my video, please.
It'll be good for the
Mixed peppers.
yummy.
Buttermilk. Dairy Lunchables. I'm gonna snack on these whilst I bake my cookies.
That was unnecessary, you know. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, but this is chicken and cheese, not ham and cheese. So.
Oh, you know, whenever you think of Lunchables, guys, does that remind you of secondary school? Just comment under
Secondary or primary school?
primary school, rather.
Anyway, butter.
Sorry, my mum in the background.
Juice. Some hand wash because we're running low.
Hun,
Cucumber.
no, we're not.
Yes, we are. Some grapes. We bought these for 11p, discounted, so
Yummy.
perfect. And then some spinach, so good. Some spring onion.
That's for me.
And garlic.
Wait, did we only get one?
And then, no, but I'm not going to bring it all out.
Oh, okay.
And then Joyce bought a pot.
A pot, yeah.
It was a bargain, like £11. Hence why she bought it. She just got carried away.
Yeah.
And then got a bottle of
Mum,
Moscato.
just wait.
Hi, Mum. And then we bought
Chinese cooking.
rice wine. Some sesame oil. Some soy sauce.
Some light
Why
sauce.
do people say soy sauce instead of soy sauce?
Some of them say soya on it.
Okay.
And I think it's actually an American thing.
Okay, I really hate when people say that, but okay, cool. Some white wine vinegar.
A lot of wine.
A lot of peppers, chilies.
Yeah, I'm making
Chili.
a sweet chili sauce.
Yeah, so follow Beloco UK or Miss Joyce K on Insta. And then chili oil.
Yeah.
And what else did we get? Okay, we've got some onions, some red onions, double cream for dinner tonight. And then some chocolate.
Yeah.
Some pineapple juice, which is super dead, but Joyce and my mum like it, so that's for them. And Moses likes it as well, actually.
Some chicken
Boneless
thighs.
chicken thighs. We have loads of chicken in the freezer, but we don't have any boneless ones, so we just bought this.
That's not the reason, because
quick.
it's because I'm trying to cook dinner quickly and I don't want to defrost it.
Defrost, okay. So chicken. And then that's it. I've already shown buttermilk and onion granules. We just got some more.
You gonna sign out?
No, I'm joking. I'll see you guys in. So first things first, we're gonna mix our brown sugar. All measurements will be in the description box, by the way. Brown sugar. This is caster sugar, bicarb, and salt. And we're gonna just give that a little light mix. You've got to be really slow with this, otherwise it'll literally go everywhere. Next, we're going to take an egg. Wow, some hard egg. Wow, this egg's very hard, guys. There we go. One large egg. And then we're going to take half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, some good quality vanilla. And then we're going to mix this in. And then I'm going to just get a spoon and mix in the sides. So make sure you have all the ingredients into the bowl. And now I'm going to add the flour. I'm going to do the flour in bits because I don't want it to get messy, so. And then at this point, I'm going to add in the butter. I'm just getting in with all of that. Okay, so I'm going to just give this a final stir together. At this point, you want to add in the chocolate chips. So just go ahead and add all those in. This is white chocolate and milk chocolate.
Yum.
Oh. So just mix those in well.
Once someone gets hold of this
Done.
recipe's a wrap, guys.
We'll be having this every day. Okay, so
No offense, Mom.
I'm gonna put this into the oven and cook it for 10 to 13 minutes. 10 minutes if you want it chewy, 13 if you want it a bit crispy. Wow, guys, so as you can see, these stuck together. That was not the plan, but we move. I'm gonna just let it cool down.
Okay.
But I'll divide it first so when it separates a little bit. Oh! Alright, let's give it 10 minutes. What you need to do is separate the dough balls and then put it in the oven. But I just cut it as soon as it came out of the oven just to separate it. And yeah, this is the cookie. Let's half it. It's nice and doughy and soft. So yeah, let's see the taste. Thanks a lot. The recipe's right, just you don't want it to be a little pizza. You want it to be a cookie, an individual cookie. So make sure you spread it out on the plate. On the tray, sorry. But yeah, it's really good. The taste is nice. You try some, Joyce.
Very nice. Good consistency.
Yum.
This is a nice cookie.
Thank you so much for watching today's vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed making cookies with me. Next time it won't be a pizza, it'll be more of an individual cookie, but we move. Bye.